What if you could significantly lower your chances for heart attack and coronary artery disease, add years or decades to your life, skyrocket your energy, melt off stubborn fat, look healthy and youthful, have rock-solid, strong bones, reduce pollution and save thousands of dollars, and be a hero by sparing thousands of lives, all by changing one ridiculously easy thing every day? The answer is simple. You'll actually be amazed how easy it is. To find out, please watch this quick video till the end where I will reveal the answer. An answer you've been waiting for, and one that, quite frankly, just might shock you. My name is Benji. That's me over there on the right. I'm in overall great health. Every day when I wake up, I burst out of bed with boundless energy. I barely ever get sick. Come to think of it, I can't remember the last time I had anything more than a light cold. And my friends tell me that I look great. They're slim, trim, and totally fit. 10 years younger than I really am. But it wasn't always this way. 6 years ago, I looked really different. I was fatter and older looking, and honestly, I never felt good. But then, one day, everything changed. So, what's my secret? What was that one thing that flipped a switch and made me do a complete 180? I'm going to tell you in just a minute. But first, let me ask you, how do you feel? Do you suffer from any of the following? Fatigue, sluggishness, tiredness after eating, low sex drive, irregular bowel movements, chest pains, indigestion, less than great immune system? Do you get sick frequently? Are you happy with the way that you look? Would you be happier if you lost a few pounds? What if you could fit into the clothes you wore when you were in your teens and 20s? Is it too late? No way. You can still make changes, no matter what age you are, that can potentially add years to your life and make you appreciate every single day. So, you are wondering about my secret. How do I stay in great shape? I'm full of energy and always prepared to take on anything that life throws at me. While millions of zombies in this country are addicted to caffeine, they swallow endless supplies of diet pills, and they feel horrible. I'll tell you my story, but I'll admit it's going to sound a little weird, so please stick with me until the end where I reveal some big news, along with some super secret bonuses, as long as you don't tell anybody. A few years ago, I started realizing I'm not as young as I used to be. I was eating like I always had, but my body wasn't keeping up. I was gaining weight. I was feeling exhausted all the time, and I couldn't get through a whole day's work at the office without feeling like I needed a 3-hour nap. I was tired, so I drank more and more coffee to stay awake. That made me really cranky. My moods were horrible. I was angry, wired, and exhausted all the time. I hated it. I'm a fighter, and there was no way I was going to take this whole getting older crap laying down. So I started looking into my health. And I realized that with the way I was eating, burgers for lunch, pepperoni pizza for dinner, other fried foods, and more, I wasn't only going to keep feeling bad, I was going to start feeling worse. And with all the crap I was putting in my body every day, I was on a first-class train to a drawn-out, painful death. This came from some pretty alarming stats that I found. The American Heart Association said that 1 out of every 6 deaths in this country is actually caused by coronary heart disease. They also reported that every year, 795,000 people suffer a stroke and may or may not recover from it. Even for many who do recover from a stroke, they wind up with compromised bodily functions. Some of them are unable to talk or even walk around on their own. I even read about a man who, after his stroke, was reduced to crawling around like a baby. I realized that these people were suffering these debilitating heart attacks and strokes because of the way they were eating. And I suddenly realized that's how I was eating. I knew if I stayed on that path of destruction, my health and my life were a ticking time bomb. I also knew that I could make a change and start feeling better, but I wasn't sure how to do it. So now this is where things get interesting. Around the same time, I received an email from my uncle. It basically went into detail about all the horrible abuses that happen in the animal production industry. I read about cows, pigs, and chickens that are kept in tiny living spaces, sometimes too small for them to even stand up. They're frequently beaten, abused, and left in horrible conditions. The real kicker for me, though, is that they're often pumped full of vile chemicals like antibiotics and steroids to get them to produce more milk, grow more quickly, ward off infection, that kind of thing. I started researching these chemicals, and I found out that whatever chemicals get pumped into animals, they don't go away. That meat is infected with toxins all the way through slaughter, preparation, and packaging, which means we're eating those toxic chemicals. Not only that, most farms, which are really factory floors and production lines, let animals stand around in their own feces and urine, which can sometimes sit around for hours or even days. Yuck! I couldn't believe this. I never thought this could be possible. I thought the FDA had our best interests at heart. But hey, big business, big government, you know how it works. They all have their hands in each other's pockets, and they only work for one entity, their stockholders. So who can you trust? I basically learned that the industry is full of big, fat liars, and that you have to take care of yourself. So I started looking around for myself, and I stumbled upon some pretty incredible hard scientific facts that made my head spin. Some highly respected world-class scientists were saying that we as humans can survive, even thrive, without eating any meat. At first, I thought that was ridiculous. I mean, who doesn't eat meat? But the more I read and the more I talked to people, I started to realize that there are millions of very happy, healthy people who have very full, complete diets that don't include any meat. And what was more, some really important doctors and health professionals were saying that research was indicating that meat could even be the possible cause of some major diseases: coronary heart disease, stroke, and even cancer. John Robbins, heir to the Baskin-Robbins ice cream chain empire, gave it all up after seeing his uncle die of a heart attack from eating so much dairy. He adopted a completely plant-based diet, no meat, and has inspired millions of people to do the same from these books that he's written and all the speeches he's given. I even found out that by cutting out meat, a lot of people were losing a ton of weight and feeling full of energy, and even potentially reducing their chance for disease. But I was still skeptical, so I kept reading. But the more I read, the more I realized it was true. In a book called The China Study, Dr. T. Colin Campbell, Ph.D., gives a cutting-edge report about how he conducted a massive 30-year study. During this study, he tested the effects of eating meat on such diseases as cancer and heart disease. Dr. Campbell, who actually is a former rancher from Texas, said even small intakes of animal food like meat, eggs, and milk are associated with significant increases of chronic degenerative diseases. That means even eating a little bit of meat, milk, and eggs can mean some pretty serious problems. The American Journal of Cardiology even said if we switched to a vegetarian diet, atherosclerotic coronary artery disease, which accounts for most heart disease, would vanish. So basically, if we went vegetarian, there'd be no more heart disease. That's from the American Journal of Cardiology. ScienceBlog.com reported that a scientific review in April's nutrition reviews shows that a vegetarian diet is highly effective for weight loss. I couldn't possibly ignore these facts. After learning about how factory farm animals are terribly mistreated, how I was ingesting awful chemicals, and how I could and would look and feel great and ward off major diseases, I was ready to take action and start cutting out meat. But then I asked myself, if I'm not going to be eating meat, Won't I get bored? Am I going to be eating lettuce and carrots every day? And how am I going to get enough protein? I didn't have those answers. Boy, was I in for a shock. I started talking to very successful vegetarians, and I learned about very different styles of very easy, quick cooking that yielded nutritious, great-tasting breakfasts, lunches, and dinners. You can see over on the left, it's just a clue, a little hint of what we're going to be talking about. Dr. Oz, famous Dr. Oz on TV, he calls this kind of eating the nutrition plan that will save your life. Believe it, he says, these simple, cost-effective changes can help prevent and reverse heart disease and reduce the risk and progression of cancer. These facts will have you overhauling your kitchen, your eating habits, and your bill of health. People were finding ways to replace meat so that they were convinced they were eating the real thing. But it was all made out of plants and vegetables. So I started trying some of these recipes and meals. Now, I'm a pretty picky eater. I'm very particular about my food. But before I knew it, I was treating myself every few days with meatless burgers, hot dogs, bacon and sausage pizzas, fried chicken, turkey sandwiches, meatball subs, bratwurst, and more, all of which tasted just like the real meats and had a fraction of the fat and cholesterol. I couldn't believe it. These types of foods could be integrated into a healthy daily diet, and everything tasted incredible. Plus, I didn't have to worry about eating a single animal to get those same tastes I always loved. I told some of my family and friends about all of this, and even invited them to try what I was eating. They were amazed at how much it tasted like those same foods we grew up on. But one day my mom asked me, if I'm not eating meat, how was I getting enough protein? So I did some more research, and I found something out that was truly amazing. I found out that most people in this country get way too much protein, to the point that it's actually hurting them. Not only that, but I learned about the building blocks of protein that's called amino acids, and how plant-based foods contain those same amino acids in animal flesh, and how you can get not only enough, but just as good of protein without meat. I now know vegetarians who are bodybuilders and are just as strong and ripped as ones that eat meat. It's unbelievable. But I found out that a lot of people go vegetarian and then give up after a few months. So I researched why. I read people's stories, I talked to them, and I learned a ton. What I realized was that most of the people who couldn't stick with going vegetarian didn't know what they were doing. They didn't have a plan. They didn't know how to get the right amounts of vitamins, minerals, etc., so that they could stay healthy and feeling good. As a result, they felt horrible because they didn't know what they were doing. Knowing this, I put together a rock-solid plan on how to cut meat out of my diet and stay feeling great and healthy and full of energy. And here I am 6 years later feeling great, and I'm in awesome shape, honestly. In those 6 years, I've stayed completely meatless. Not once have I ever been tempted. My whole world is different, and I would never, ever go back. I'm doing this for life. With all of this great positive change and energy in my life, a lot of people started taking notice and asking me how I did it. Now, I wanted to help people because they kept asking. So when people started coming to me for advice, I would gladly share it. I wound up starting a group for other vegetarians here in Austin, Texas. That's us. You can see the picture there on the right. We were having a cooking school night that one of our members was putting on. It was really fun. We would go to restaurants, we'd share recipes, and we'd cook together. And then the word got out. More people joined, and then even more. Before I knew it, there were over 700 members. I started realizing, wow, there are so many other vegetarians around, and there are even more people who want to learn how to do it. And so I decided to start writing down everything that I had learned. I sat behind the computer for hours making sure I included all the tips, the tricks, and the research I had done over the last 6 years. But I wanted it to be even easier, so I recorded everything into quick video clips. I kept every video between 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes as short as 5 minutes. And so I would like to introduce you to something I'm very, very proud of. It not only tells you about my own journey, but it shows you how you can do the same. Introducing Vegetarian Done Right. Now, I showed it to some friends of mine who are actually pretty big in the vegetarian world. This is my friend Michael. He's the president and founder of VeggieBrothers.com. They are a nationwide vegan food company. He said, "I am in total awe how you have been able to put up this information that is so easy to digest and comprehensive in scope. When I listen to you speak, I immediately say to myself, this person really wants to help me because I know you are sincere." That's from Michael. Here's what Oprah had to say about her experience with giving out meat. She said, "I knew it was a new day when I heard myself asking for seconds on a jicama salad." In regards to animal welfare, Oprah said, "It is appalling and beneath our humanity to allow the torture of animals for the sake of our own gluttony. We've neglected basic human decency on such a large scale, and it really does bleed over into every other aspect of life." Now let me tell you more about Vegetarian Done Right. It includes 3 different sections and gives you everything you need to know to start transitioning into eating less or no meat. Section 1 is the intro. It's why and how. It's the how and why of cutting meat out of your diet. It's how to eat a balanced diet, how to avoid becoming a quote-unquote sugar junkie vegetarian where you're just eating carbs all the time, where to find sources of essential nutrients and vitamins, and all of these are super important, so you'll stick with it and you'll feel good. Section 2 is called Easy Home Cooking. How to structure your meals so that you will feel full and satisfied through the day. This is all about cooking at home. How to get into and out of the grocery store fast, and I've included some sample grocery lists for you. How to freeze a week's worth of meals so you only have to cook a few nights a week. Easy cooking and cleanup, plus some great sample recipes for you to download and use for yourself and your family and friends. Now, Section 3 is all about dining out and socializing as a vegetarian. How to talk with your friends and family about eating less or no meat. Dealing with social pressure and criticism constructively. Some people aren't going to agree with this, and I show you how to deal with that and talk with people so it's a constructive dialogue. I show you how to find other vegetarians online and in person. I talk to you about how to do the holidays. Sample meal, we go into a case study about how to cook vegetarian for a date. Whether that's with someone you're interested in dating, someone you're already dating, or even somebody you're married to. Vegetarian tailgating. I show you how to go to tailgating parties, football games, any events that are commonly associated with eating meat, like hot dogs and hamburgers. I show you how to do it. And how to do fast food the right way so it's healthy. I also introduce you to vegetarian-friendly world food cultures such as Thai food, Vietnamese, Italian, Mexican, Indian, Ethiopian, all kinds of stuff. And I show you how to dine out on a budget. All of this plus special action steps to take after watching each video so you can use what you learn right away. I also, with every video, give you a downloadable video and audio file of each video so you can put them all on your iPod or your MP3 player and take them with you to listen to or watch whenever you want to. Just look at some of the thousands of well-known and trusted public figures who have adopted a plant-based diet. Brad Pitt, he's obviously an actor. Gregory Smith, who's a child prodigy. Aristotle, who is a Greek philosopher. Ricky Williams, the football player. Ben Franklin, who is one of the founding fathers of our country. Robert Redford, the actor. Ralph Waldo Emerson, he was a writer and poet, obviously. Natalie Portman, an actress. Even Bill Clinton, who was the former president. You can go on there even more. Just tons and tons of people who have adopted a vegetarian diet, as you can see. So to get started, click the big orange Add to Cart button below right now. Let's talk about what you're going to learn from the Vegetarian Done Right video series. Health benefits. Learn the real facts about protein and how to find easy plant-based sources that taste terrific and will keep you well nourished and strong. Find out how to reduce your risk of major diseases by eating a plant-based diet. Find out what foods contain valuable nutrients like B12, calcium, zinc, omega-3s, and more to keep you in great shape and feeling incredible. More health benefits. Learn how to go grocery shopping on a budget and still get great tasting food that keeps you satisfied and bursting with energy all day. What types of foods will load you with energy all day and which ones to avoid so you don't hit that 3 p.m. crash. Let's talk about how to eat great, fast meals. Learn how to make easy, meatless recipes with big flavor for little money. Stuff like hot dogs, hamburgers, beef, chicken, chorizo-filled tacos, pepperoni, sausage, and bacon pizza, all without the use of any real meat and a fraction of the fat, calories, and cholesterol of the real thing. Learn about how different types of fruits, vegetables, grains, and legumes can keep you in great shape and fill you with incredible life. Do fast food the right way and know how to eat well and healthy. Eat great at tailgating parties, backyard barbecues, or even Thanksgiving and Christmas as a vegetarian. Find out how to pack a fast, satisfying, meatless lunch for work in 2 minutes or less. Learn how to make meals fast, 15 minutes or less to having the first bite in your mouth. Make savory, meatless recipes that will convince even die-hard carnivores that they're eating the real thing. Learn how to cook one time and have enough meals to last you all week. And find out the 3 hints that will keep you from getting sick. And so much more. Discover exotic cuisines from around the world that will make you feel like you're traveling around the world without leaving your living room. Learn the realities of the food industry and how a few small changes can save the lives of thousands of animals. And where to find fun, interesting people like you who are also interested in eating less meat. You can learn how to explain your beliefs to friends and family in a way that encourages dialogue and positive discussion, not accusations, anger, fighting, anything like that. Learn how to ask the right questions at restaurants so you get exactly what you want every time you order. Enjoy holidays and social gatherings and still feel included as part of the festivities. Lisa said what you are offering is a very well thought out, informational, and supportive way to help someone successfully become a vegetarian. So, are you ready to get the tools to help you avoid disease, lose weight, and feel incredible? Yes, I want instant access now. So to get started, click the big orange Add to Cart button below right now. By taking out your credit card and purchasing right now, you will get instant access to the complete Vegetarian Done Right video series, including all 3 sections. Section 1, Why and How to Eat Less Meat. Section 2, Easy Home Cooking. And Section 3, Socializing, Dining Out, and Traveling. Plus, separate downloadable video MP4 and audio MP3 versions of each video to take with you on your iPod or MP3 player, and 5 sample recipes and easy-to-open PDF files. But since I want to make this a super easy decision for you, I'm going to give you not 1, not 2, but 3 huge bonuses. Bonus number 1, this is a $37 value, my vegetarian expert interviews. 3 of them. Number 1, my exclusive audio interview with Eric Marcus. He is a vegan speaker, activist, author, and owner of the website vegan.com. That interview comes in an MP3 format so you can listen to it and download it. He gives you some great advice for easily making the transition away from meat and dairy and doing it at your own pace. Number 2, my exclusive audio interview with Ginny Messina. She's a nationally respected dietitian and author that also comes in an MP3 format. Ginny twice co-authored the American Dietetic Association's position on vegetarian diet. She's a really, really impressive woman. And number 3, you're going to love this one, my one-on-one audio interview with Martha Hopkins. She's the author of the best-selling book Intercourses in MP3 format. It's a cookbook about aphrodisiacs, and it's a really fun book. We cover everything in the interview, from what foods work as aphrodisiacs, if you're so inclined, to how to cook a quick and easy meal for a date. All right, bonus number 2, and this is a $27 value, the top 7 easy vegetarian pizza recipes guide. It's full of delicious recipes that you can make in no time using a few tricks and secrets that no one has to know about. They're going to think you made the whole thing from scratch. The recipes in this guide range from sausage and sweet pappardelle pepper pizza to Thai peanut pizza to even a bacon cheddar burger pizza, all with no meat. It's loved by vegetarians and omnivores or carnivores alike. Note, this is perfect for the occasional splurge with or without dairy. You can do this every so often. If you're not ready to go completely vegetarian yet, you can just do this every now and then and cut out the meat. Bonus number 3, and I'm super excited about this one. This is a $47 value. It's the Magic Superfood Explosion. It's your comprehensive guide to the top superfoods, how they will flood your body with a densely packed stock of nourishing vitamins, nutrients, and antioxidants to turn you into a virtual powerhouse in the fight against disease and aging. All of these come included, so to get started, click the big orange Add to Cart button below. There's a ton of great info here, but I've designed it so that you won't have to spend a whole lot of time going through it. People have said to me that with this much content, all the videos, the extra MP4 and MP3 downloads, the recipes, the bonuses, that I should charge up to $99 or more for the Vegetarian Done Right series. But you're not going to pay anything close to that today. I've thought long and hard about this, and I know I'm probably going to leave money on the table, but that doesn't matter. I want to provide you with the tools you need to eat better, to feel better, and to make a choice that will save the lives of millions of animals around the world. That's why I'm keeping the price at a level that everybody can afford. Let's add up the value. The Vegetarian Done Right series, it's worth $100, $97. Bonus number 1, it's the Veg Expert interviews. That's worth $37. Bonus number 2, that's the top 7 easy vegetarian pizza recipes. That's a $27 value. And the Magic Superfood Explosion, that's worth $47. You add all that up, that's a $208 value. If you join me today and invest in Vegetarian Done Right, I can offer you the whole series and all the bonuses for only $67. Now, wait a minute. That's a great price. However, if you promise to tell 3 friends about it this week, I'm going to drop the price to only $37. $37. I'm so proud of this series. I am completely confident that Vegetarian Done Right will help you start cutting out meat out of your diet and start seeing incredible positive results. But even with $37, I want to make sure that you know I'm standing behind this 100%. That's why I'm offering you my ironclad, no questions asked, 60-day money-back guarantee. If you aren't fully satisfied with the Vegetarian Done Right video series, I will gladly refund your money, no questions asked, within 60 days. Some people offer 10 days or 30 days. I'm offering you 60. Get it right now. For less of the cost than going out to dinner for one night, I'm going to send you the entire Vegetarian Done Right series right now, immediately. No waiting. You could get started in less than a minute. But just know this is not going to last forever. If you want a copy, I would act right now. To get started, click the big orange Add to Cart button below. Imagine being able to get healthy, reduce your chances of major diseases, have tons of energy, and save money in the process. You owe it to yourself and to your family to do this. Don't waste another minute. Improve the way you feel, the way you look, and the way you act without dangerous pills or risky surgeries. Start ridding your body of awful, toxic chemicals. Look younger and feel fantastic in the process. All you need to do is say yes. Send me my very own VIP copy of Vegetarian Done Right now through electronic delivery for the one-time price of $37. To get started, click the big orange Add to Cart button below. All payments are securely processed by the world-famous ClickBank, and you receive immediate access. Remember my 60-day 100% money-back guarantee. If you're not totally satisfied in the first 60 days, I'll send your money back, no questions asked. The video series, the audio interviews, the MP3 and MP4 files, and all bonuses are downloadable. No physical products will be shipped, so you get everything instantly, instant access, as in seconds after you press the buy button. You get the entire package to be viewed immediately on your PC, your Mac, or even your iPhone. The handy PDF format can be viewed on any device. You have to act now because this price will definitely not last forever. People are telling me I'm losing money by keeping it at this price. I may eventually come to my senses and raise that. Imagine what it will feel like when people see you younger, glowing, and brimming with vibrant energy. You'll be so glad you did when you start to see and feel the incredible results. So to get started, $37 today right now. Click the big orange Add to Cart button below.